Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy Mike, and I'm here to talk about the Western Conference and my predictions. Now, with making predictions, it's hard, man. Predictions is hard. You're normally going to be wrong. That's the whole point of prediction. Gambling is a whole prediction. You're assuming these numbers. Doesn't happen that way. But when it comes to NBA, you're doing the same thing. You're predicting, and you're normally wrong. Normally wrong. I feel like last year I was very close to being right, but I think I predicted the Cavs to be much worse, and they ended up being really good. I predicted the Knicks to be okay. I think I also predicted the Raptors to be just all right. Like, you just never know what's gonna happen. I think we all picked Brooklyn to be great. And when it came to the Western Conference, we all predicted LA to be good. We all predicted the Lakers to be good, and they ended up not being good. I don't think we saw the Timberwolves like that. The Grizzlies, I do not think we picked to be that good last year. It's hard. It's hard to predict. But I'm going to do it anyway. This is the Western Conference. Now, before I even give my list, I must say, when it comes to actually deciding who's going to be first, when it comes to thinking of it, it's at the end of the day, the East and West are very tight. It's very, very tight. The Western Conference isn't a walkthrough. It's not the Warriors that are going to take over. It's just not like that. And just because you're the number one seed doesn't mean you're I'm picking you to make it to the finals. If I was picking any team from the West to make the finals, I think right now I'm going to go potentially the Clippers. They're the team that I would pick, but I don't have them first. So really, being first doesn't mean you don't have 70 wins if you're the first. You could have like 53 wins, and the second team could have 52, or you could both have 53 and just win a tiebreaker. Honestly, I think the West is so tight. It's hard to predict, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Hopefully, I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I'm hoping whoever's watching can comment below, and in a year time, you say you were wrong about this team. So let's go on with it. The number one team that I think is going to be in the Western Conference is a team that just gained back their second and third best players, offensive players, I should say, in Jamal Murray, and then Michael Porter Jr., the Denver Nuggets. I'm predicting them to be number one. They still have the MVP, two-time MVP in Jokic. Some people are thinking he could really win three. He probably won't, but he made that team win over 45 games last year. That team that he had last year without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., and now you bring him back. Now, Michael Porter Jr., he's had injury history, so we're not sure what's going to happen there. Jamal Murray, he just came back, was gone for a while now, and they're hoping great things from him. I think he's coming good, and if Jokic just has those two guys to help him offensively, he's gonna be good. He's Jokic. He's that good, and then you have a pretty deep roster. Adding KCP to me is a win. You added KCP, who I believe is going to start for them. That's really good. So their starting unit is going to be Jamal Murray, KCP, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and then Jokic. Yeah, that's a really good squad. That is a really good squad. That five-man unit could be the best offensive five-man unit in the league. I just believe in them. I believe in that team. I think Denver, like I said, they're deep. I know they have Najee. I know they have DeAndre Jordan to help as well. They have, what is his name, from the Brooklyn Nets. I'm mistaking his name. My brain just wiped now. But you guys know who I'm talking about. They have him as well. And I think and he's a good cutter, a really good cutter. So Jokic just has so much talent around him. You're just expecting really good things. Bones Highland, a guy who don't sleep on winning a sixth man of the year. It's potential. He's gonna come off the bench and they're gonna tell him, light it up, you can. We're okay. Defensively, they're still good. KCP, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray's not horrible. Jokic is not horrible. He's good in the system. Michael Porter Jr. is not great. Not great at all. So they're gonna be a good team. I actually truly believe in Denver's talent. I believe Mike Malone and his squad, or Michael Malone, I forgot what he wants to be called. I just think as a roster, they're going to be good. It's Bruce Brown. Forgot the name. Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown is going to be really good for them. I believe in Denver, and they still got Uncle Jeff Green. It's going to be good. I think Denver's the number one squad. The number one squad in the West, for sure. I don't know. It's so hard to not predict them to be number one. Number two has to go G State. We all saw what happened with Draymond and Jordan Poole and that punch that he had, and a lot of people are like, are now all of a sudden becoming these. Oh, I wouldn't go back to play with him. I'm not playing with this guy. I'm not playing with Draymond. Draymond, F Draymond. No, I'm not playing with him. Everyone's thinking that. Or Jordan Poole just got his bag. Jordan Poole just got a bag. I think it's a lot. I know they say the CBA is going to increase, so a deal like that's not going to look as big in like 5 years, but I think it's a lot. A guy who's not starting for you, I think it's a lot. And you're going to have to pay Kuminga, pay Wiseman, if you don't want Moses Moody. But if you do, you still got to pay him. I just think I still got Clay. There's a lot of mouths to feed in Golden State. I think they're willing to pay the tax bill as long as they're going to win a title. So, but Golden State is a pretty good squad. I think this year, it's weird. I think we're going to see an even better year from Wiggins. I think Wiggins is going to be like, I think we're going to see a better year from Wiggins. Like, I think he has the potential, I can't believe I'm saying it, he could potentially go to another All-Star game. Like, he can be the second guy now. Clay can be one. I mean, Clay can be a third, but, maybe Wiggins is the second guy. And I mean, overall guy, getting the rebounds, maybe getting 3 assists a game, maybe averaging the 20 points, because that's a pretty good Wiggins with, Curry being Curry, of course. So I believe in Golden State to be second. I haven't seen them being first, but it'd be nice. Clips number third. Clip and bang. I forgot what the whole terminology is. The Clippers are good. The deepest team in the league? Deepest team? I don't know what their starting unit is. I don't know what Tyronn Lue plans on doing, but of course you got, Paul George and Kawhi. And I've always said, a team that is organized is a team that's going to win the title. When you know who your number 1 guy is, your number 2, your number 3, and how you're going to go on from there, it makes it much easier. When everyone knows their role, it's much easier. The Clippers all know Kawhi is number 1. Paul George said it, hey guys, I'm not the number 1. I'm a great player, and I know that. But Kawhi is number 1. That selflessness is, like, amazing to see. Like, that makes me think, like, the Clippers are going to win it all. Because Paul George's willingness to, like, know that he's not the number 1 guy is, like, extraordinary. Extraordinary. Like, if I had a team, I'd want my players to know this is the number 1 guy. This is the number 2 guy. So, there goes Kawhi, Paul George. And honestly, it doesn't really matter who the third guy is. It can go anywhere. Some nights it may be Norman Powell, my boy. It could be Morris. It could be Covington. You never know. What if Covington's just hitting the 3 well? It could be Luke Kennard. It could be Reggie Jackson. It could be John Wall. It could be Ivica Zubac. It could be, they're like really deep. I'm really trying to think. But that squad just has so much guys who can score the basket, And I don't know who the starting unit's going to be. If it's Reggie, then I think they're going to, and then you have Batum as well. I think they're going to go, I think they like Batum. So they're going to go Reggie, Paul, Kawhi, Batum, Zubac. Oh, then your benches, Terrence Mann, Powell, Kennard, Wall, Morris. Man, that squad is deep. Deep. Even those 5 guys would probably win like 20 games. Oh, it's a deep squad. I'm very looking forward to this team. I do hope Ty Lue starts Norman Powell. Selfishly, I hope he not starts Norman Powell. I hope they go, Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell, Paul George, Kawhi, and Zubac. That's my hope because I'm a Norman Powell fan. Number 4 is a team that, don't be shocked. I have another shocker in the Eastern Conference that I think if this team can make it be a top 2 seed. Don't be shocked if the Timberwolves are top 2. Don't be shocked. They're number 4 for my list, but don't be shocked if they're top 2. Rudy Gobert knows how to win regular season games. That team has so much energy in them now, so much belief in themselves. Yeah, don't be shocked. I will not be shocked if that team is like first, honestly. Like, just because I think Towns is gonna have a good season. I think Russell's gonna be a good complementary player for everyone else. I think people are really down on Russell. I think he has the potential to be a good number 3, number 4 guy. Get everyone involved. I really like the pick and roll option of him and Gobert. I think we can see a lot of good things. And we have Anthony Edwards, who this year is going to become the number 1 guy on that team. It's still Anthony Towns. People still talk about him. But Anthony Edwards is coming. I don't know how much we will have to say it. The man's coming. And when it's coming, you won't be able to stop it. But he's coming. So that's my 4th. Fifth is Grizzlies. I do see them going down because they won't have Jaren Jackson Jr., even though I know they didn't have him last year for the most part. I know they didn't have Ja for a part, and they still managed to win games. Or I think last year they caught a lot of teams with surprise, and I don't think that's not going to be this year. And also with the Golden State, you have the Grizzlies that got better. I mean the Pelicans got better. You have the Clippers better. Denver's better. I just don't see the Grizzlies as better than those teams yet. I think if they had a really good if Jaren Jackson Jr. had a potential All-Star type leap, I think that team can do anything because they're young, they're talented, they're deep, and yeah. My sixth team, so this is my 16 that are going to make the playoffs for sure, Pelicans. Healthy Zion makes a difference. CJ playing the point guard, I'm very curious about. Can't wait to see, but it makes a difference. It does. So I'm curious to see what that difference is going to be. I believe in this team to do well. I think they're going to still do well. So yeah, I really want to pick them. Then Zion. Yeah, Zion. Then you got the play-in teams. Dallas, the Mavericks. Sorry, you got Christian Wood, and it sucks because I was watching a podcast and they picked Christian Wood over Pascal. It makes me have a second thought of Christian Wood. How good is he really? I know some people say he has some temperament issues. I don't really see that. I think he's still a quality player, but we'll see. He's coming off the bench. He is another six-man candidate. So we'll just wait and see. But Dallas is going to be all right. They're going to be all right. They have Luka. They have Luka, the young king. Don't be surprised if they're worse, though. And don't be surprised if they're better, because Luka's that guy. I think it's hard to play with Luka. I think it's really hard to play with Luka. I think it's really hard. Really hard. But I think they have a good squad. You still got Dinwiddie. You still got THJ. So you're still good. Still good. Still got a good coach in Jason Kidd. Actually, my favorite player, Jason Kidd. So, yeah, I would say it's a good squad. I'm not sure if that's their actual 7. They could go lower, they could go higher. But I really think that's where they are because they're kind of mid. Honestly, they're kind of mid. Still a team you don't want to face in the playoffs because somehow Luka Magic is just so real. Then I got the Lakers. I know there's a team you guys are thinking, he hasn't said this team yet. Yeah, I haven't. You'll hear him soon. The Lakers. If Russell Westbrook, and we all say the same thing, if he buys in, which I think this year he will, I think he's so tired of the narrative that is placed on him, I think he will buy in. And I think they're a sneaky team. Let Kendrick Nunn cook offensively. Honestly, let him cook offensively. Offensively, he's good. Not a great defender. But he averaged his first 2 seasons 15 points a game. If he can give you 15 points a game, if he can, while LeBron and AD can give you about 25 points a game, I'll say 24 to 20. Yeah, let's say 25. They can both give you 25 points a game. LeBron and AD, and you got Nunn who can give you 15. Then you can get Westbrook to give you another 15. That's pretty good. That's really good. Interchangeable backup centers. Doesn't really matter who's the center. The biggest line was Anthony Davis at 5, so it doesn't matter. So it's a good squad. I do think they are missing a guy. I think they are missing, like I said, if Kendrick Nunn could be, he wasn't a superstar or a star, but if he could become that guy who helped Miami win games, I think the Lakers, I think Kendrick Nunn's the X factor. Honestly speaking, I think he's the X factor. So that's, the 8th squad that I believe is going to, I think they're probably the most scariest team if they are in the playoffs, if a healthy AD, a healthy LeBron, if Russell Westbrook is buying into his role, Patrick Beverley can help you a lot. I think a lot of the Lakers. Because they have LeBron and AD, so, they have LeBron and AD, so you gotta still believe in them. Until they can both show you that, they just don't have it, you should still believe. Team that I have 9th is the Suns, the Phoenix Suns. I made a video about them saying that I just don't believe in them anymore. I think it's because of the fact that they don't get along anymore. DeAndre Ayton and the coach never spoke until preseason. That's just not how it should work. That's not how it works. DeAndre Ayton did not want to play for this team. Chris Paul's much older. Devin Booker's a good player, a bit overrated, but the way people are talking about him, I think the shooting guard list has dropped down significantly from the past, so people talk about him like that, but no. I don't believe in the squad. I actually like a lot of their players. The whole Drake Crowder issue, I like the team, but I just don't. I think, you know, the level of play and the teamwork you need to win games is just not there right now. I don't see it unless Chris Paul pushes and demands everyone to just get on the right page. I just don't see it. Not at all. And the last but not least, the Sacramento Kings. I'm hoping I'm wrong about the Kings. I'm hoping they're a top 16. The teams are my team of the West right now. I like that team. I actually love that squad. I think the reason why I love them is because I like Sabonis a lot. I believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think I like Harrison Barnes. I love Keegan Murray. Thought he was a great pick. They shouldn't have got Ivy. You got the player that wants to play with you guys. That's good. I think Murray can be a solid player. Kind of like a Tobias Harris. Like, I can see that. And I can see it like now. He's older, so he's going to contribute early like a Brogdon. I actually believe in them. Sabonis is a winner. He's also a winner. He's not a loser. So they're going to win. They're winning games. So the team that's out is a team that I also like their squad too. See, the Western Conference is deep. Very, very deep. It's Portland. Dame, Anthony Simons, Gary Payton Jr., Gary Payton the third, or second. Gary Payton the second. Yeah, second. And then you still have, Nurkic. It's a good squad. Very good squad. Get Dame. Get Jeremy Grant. Anthony Simons is going to start too. I think they're also going to start Josh Hart. So defensively, it could be a good team. Actually, not poor. Not a poor defensive team. I just don't know. There's just so much good teams. Not everyone can make the playoffs, right? But once again, I think the bottom of the East and the West is going to be a dogfight. When I get my East tomorrow, I was thinking about it, but it's going to be dogfights. It's going to be dogfights heading that 10th seed, which I like. You like to see it. I know a lot of people are thinking that the league is going to tank. Only like a few teams are going to tank. Not that much. I know everyone wants Victor, but unless there's significant injuries, no one's tanking. Like that. Not as crazy as people are talking. The thing with the last four teams is OKC, Houston, San Antonio, and the Jazz. The Jazz are going to be bad. Bad. They may win 15 games. The Jazz are my team. They're going to win 15 games. I'm okay with it. If we can get Victor, I'm all good. I'm all good. San Antonio, watch them get Victor. They're the team that if they get Victor, like the whole league is hilarious if they get Victor. Lose Tim Duncan, lose Kawhi, get Victor Wembanyama, or get Scoot, one of the two. They're going to get one of them. That's the crazy part. They're going to get one of them. Houston, fun team. Fun team. OKC, I don't know about OKC. I really want to see Chet play. I think it sucks that Chet's not playing. I think Chet was and is a good player in college. I want to see what he can do in the league. I want to see if he can build that muscle. Now I'm hoping this whole year he built the muscle. I believe he could have came back. I think they're going to talk about it in the mid-season. Like, oh, Chet can come back, but we're just going to wait. But he should come back. Too good of a player to not want to see play. OKC fans deserve to see good quality basketball. I think NBA fans as a whole deserve to see good NBA quality basketball. So that's it with that. Now, that was my Western Conference preview. Make sure you guys comment below, subscribe, tell me what you guys think. I truly believe that some of these teams are really good, where I believe some of these teams are not that great. Nope, I do not believe in Houston, do not believe in the Jazz and San Antonio. OKC may fight. They may fight. Portland's going to fight because they have Dame. They have no choice but to fight. The Kings are going to fight. So I can see the dogfight overall. And whoever becomes first place is going to have to face a hard number 8. I think it's really good to kind of be in the middle. That middle Western Conference, just like I'm thinking when I do the Eastern Conference, that same middle is going to be much better than the bottom and the top. Because I think it'd be easier to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But that's my prediction. Denver, how else can you not pick them? Denver's the number 1 squad in the Western Conference. If healthy, offensive juggernauts, best offensive team in a while. I think we may see some historic numbers with this team. That's just my thought. But make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.